Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today we will explain about MySQL database architecture overview. So before we start, let me give an introduction about MySQL. First, MySQL is one of the most popular database management system. Next, it is an open source and free relational database management system. Third, MySQL is also acquired by Oracle as a part of Sun Microsystem acquisition in 2009. And lastly, the SQL part in MySQL stands for Structured Query Language, and the My part in MySQL is there because of the name of its co-founder Michael Whitney's daughter.
Now, I'm going to explain about architecture of MySQL. MySQL's architecture is a web of task-related functions that work together to complete the responsibility of database server. The diagram below is an overview of the subsystem that interact with each other through a well-defined function interface. Each subsystem has its own responsibilities and independent from each other. Parsing. Check for SQL syntax by checking every character in SQL query and generate SQL ID for each SQL query. Optimizing creates efficient query execution plan as per the storage engine. It will rewrite a query. Executing executes the optimized path for the SQL command passed through the parser and optimizer. Query cache is a fast in-memory store to quickly look up the result set of a particular select statement already executed and cached in the memory. Query cache based on SQL ID select data into view is the best example of pre-cached data using query cache. Storage engine, MySQL component that manage physical data and locations. Storage engine responsible for SQL statement execution and fetching data from data files. Used as a plugin and can load or unload from running MySQL server. Few of them as following. InnoDB, fully transactional ACID ACID and offers redo or undo for transaction. Data storage in table space and multiple data files. Row-level locking, logical object structure using InnoDB data and log buffer.
The next plugin is NDB for MySQL cluster. It is fully transactional ACID and offers redo or undo for transaction. Distribution, execution of data and using multiple MySQL, logical data with own buffer for each NDB engine, and it is a row level locking. Next is MyISAM is a non-transactional with data storage in files, speed for read and table level locking, MYI for table index and MYD for table read. Last plugin is memory. Memory is a non-transactional data stored in a memory other than metadata and structure. It is a table level locking. Next one is the base function library. It is a set of common functions shared among all of MySQL subsystem. Next is the process, thread, and resource management. MySQL utilizes a thread-based server architecture. Next one is cache and buffer management. It enables caching and retrieval of various types of data used by all threads executing in the server process. Caching and buffer reduce the number of requests to expensive disks based on IOs.
Next, I'm going to explain some of the features of MySQL. First, it is easy to use. The user only needs to know basic knowledge of SQL and only needs few simple SQL statements to interact with MySQL. Next, it has client-server architecture. There is a database server, MySQL and arbitrarily many clients application programs which communicate with the server, that is, they query data, save changes, etc. MySQL also free to download. Next, it have high flexibility. MySQL supports a large number of embedded applications. It also produces high productivity. MySQL uses triggers, stored procedures, and views, which allows the developer to give a higher productivity. Lastly, it is scalable. MySQL can handle almost any amount of data, up to as much as 50 million rows or more. The default file size limit is about 4 GB, but theoretically, the limit can increase to 8 TB of data.